Hi, good morning, Goenkins. So I, Harshi Gupta, is back again with your computer class. So we are going with the chapter computer system. In the previous classes, we have studied about IPO cycle, that is input, process and output cycle. This is how a computer system works. And we have also studied about input devices. There are various types of input devices in the computer system like keyboard, mouse, touchpad, stylus, scanner, graphics tablet, microphone, digital camera, web camera. All these are the types of input devices. And we have studied the main parts of CPU, that is MU, memory unit, ALU, arithmetic and logical unit, CU, that is control unit. And we have also studied about binary digits. Computer system only understands the two states, that is on state and off state. On is represented by 1, off is represented by 0. They are known as bits. We have also studied about two types of memories are there in the computer system, that is the primary memory and the secondary memory. We have studied about the primary memory, that there are two types of primary memory, RAM and ROM. And today we will be moving on to our next topic, that is secondary memory. So today we will be discussing what is a secondary memory called. Please remember that secondary memory can also be referred to as storage device because it stores our data. Now we'll start with secondary memory. Storage capacity of a primary memory is limited and is not sufficient to hold a large volume of data. Hence, secondary memory is used to store data. Children, the secondary memory is used just because primary memory is having a limited memory inside it. There is a limited capacity inside the primary memory to store the data. So to store more data in your memory, we use secondary memory. The secondary memory, also known as the external or auxiliary memory, is a non-volatile memory that is used to store the information and data permanently. So here non-volatile means permanently. We already know that, like in ROM, all the data is stored permanently. In secondary memory also we can store the data permanently. It is a non-volatile memory. It is also referred to as external or auxiliary memory. Hard disk, pen drive, CD, DVD, Blu-ray disc are all the examples of storage devices. First is CD. Its full form is compact disc. CD-ROM, that is compact disc read-only memory. It is a circular disk that can store up to 700 MB of data, that is 700 megabyte of data. It can store text, images, audios and videos. It can store any of your data which can be in any form. That can be in the form of text, graphics, sound, image or video. A CD-ROM drive is required to play a CD on a computer. A CD-ROM drive is required to insert the CD which is attached to the CPU cabinet. Now the next is DVD. DVD stands for Digital Versatile Disc. It looks like a CD but has a higher storage capacity. Now DVD has a more higher storage capacity than a CD and it can store up to 4.7 GB of data. So the storage capacity is about 4.7 GB of data, that is gigabyte. To play a DVD on a computer, DVD-ROM drive is required. DVD-ROM drive is required to play a DVD. Like in CD, a CD-ROM drive is required, but in DVD we require DVD-ROM drive to play it. Now the next we have is Blu-ray disc. A Blu-ray disc is the successor of DVD that can store up to 128 GB of data. We have studied about CD, we have studied about DVD, we are now on the Blu-ray disc. That means it is having the more higher capacity to store the data, up to 128 gigabyte of data. It is used to store high definition audio and video files, means high definition, that like HD audios and videos can be stored in Blu-ray disc. It was developed by a group of companies called the Blu-ray Disc Association. Blu-ray reader is required to use a Blu-ray disc. So we require a Blu-ray reader like this to play the Blu-ray disc. You can see, students, that Blu-ray disc can store the data of 10 DVDs, means 10 DVDs data can be stored in Blu-ray disc, that is 128 GB of data. Now the next we have is the hard disk. We all have heard about hard disk and we have studied also. It is inside the CPU cabinet which stores all our data. It can store up to 120 gigabyte to 2 terabyte or more, means hard disk can store a lot of data inside it, and there are also external hard drives available in the market. A hard disk comes pre-installed and is the main storage area of a computer. Hard disk is already installed in the CPU and it is the main storage area of a computer. All the data in the computer is stored in the hard disk. It can store a large volume of data. We have already seen that it can store a lot of data from 120 GB to 2 terabyte or more data can be stored. The storage capacity ranges from computer to computer. Okay, different computers have different storage capacity of hard disk. Nowadays, external hard disks are also available in the market. These disks are portable and can be carried from one location to another. Now we have the external hard disk which can be carried anywhere and it is connected to the CPU. Now the next we have is this USB flash drive, or you can say it as pen drive also. It is a small portable and a lightweight storage device. It is connected to a computer by a USB universal serial bus port and is used for copying and moving data from one computer to another. A flash drive can store up to 4 terabyte of data. So we all know what a pen drive is. It is a small device which is used to connect and store all the data from the computer system. We can transfer it with the help of pen drive, and it is the most convenient storage device. And we need a USB flash drive to connect to the computer or laptop. So we can see here is the storage capacity defined. First is CD-ROM, then after that a DVD can store a lot of information. More than DVD can be stored by Blu-ray disc, and then pen drive, and then external hard drive. This is the storage capacity of all the secondary memory devices. Now children, today we have studied about all the CD-ROM, DVD, Blu-ray disc, pen drive, external hard drive. So these are the secondary memory of the computer, and there are more. So today we have discussed about this topic, and now we will be discussing about output devices in the next class. Till then, bye, take care, thank you.